Hi students, welcome to the class of political science. I warm welcome to you after a break of summer vacations. In the last period, we were reading about the chapter 1 that includes chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 9 and chapter number 10. We were going through the chapter the constitution as a living document. In this one, the last topic which we are studying, that was nature of amendments made so far in our constitution. किस तरह के अमेंडमेंट्स किए गए थे, क्या नेचर था उनका. नंबर 1 was explanation or minor modification of the original provision. That was the first nature of the amendments done in our constitution. For example, amendment number 15, that was about the increase in the age of the High Court judges from 60 years to 62 years. One more example, that was 54th Amendment, which was regarding the increase in the salaries of the High Court and Supreme Court judges. Then we have got second type of amendments, nature of amendments, which was done, that was differing interpretations. Many times Parliament did not agree with the judicial interpretation, so Parliament did the amendment in the Constitution to overcome the ruling of the judiciary. In India between 1970 and 1975, these situations arose many times frequently, and amendments which were done, for example, like relationship between the fundamental rights and directive principles. Then amendments were done regarding the scope of right to private property. Then amendments were done to decide the scope of Parliament's power to amend the Constitution. Then third nature of amendments which was done in the Constitution of India, that is amendments through the political consensus. Large number of amendments were done in the Constitution of India due to consensus among the political parties. Political parties आपस में सहमत होकर उनको जो देश के लिए अच्छा लगा उसके हिसाब से they did the some amendments in the Constitution of India. After 1984, so many amendments were done on this basis through the political consensus. For example, amendment number 52, which was regarding the anti-defection law, which we have read in the class 10th. Then 61st Amendment, that was done to bring the minimum age of voting from 21 years to 18 years. And now let's move to the further part of the chapter. From today onwards, it was a brief introduction to connect to the next topic, that was controversial amendments. From the nature of amendments, we should not make this impression that there was no controversy over the amendment of the Constitution. In fact, in India, during the period of 1970 to 1980, a lot of legal and political controversy was created because of these amendments. Many parties which were in opposition during the period of 1971 to 1976, they considered these amendments by the ruling party as an attempt to subvert the Constitution. SUBVERT. Subvert means to undermine the power and authority of the Constitution. In India, particularly the amendment number 38, 39 and 42, they were considered the most controversial amendments so far. These three amendments were made during the time of internal democracy in our country, and that was at that time from this was made from June 1975, when internal emergency was declared in our country from June 1975, and these amendments try to make the basic changes in the most important parts of our constitution. Last slide was about the controversial amendments, and if question asks write a note on controversial amendments, then that last slide may I have told you that you have to write, and this one also regarding the 42nd amendment, that also you have to write under the controversial amendment. But a separate question is asked, why write about the 42nd amendment, then this particular answer you have to go you have to give, which I am going to describe here. This 42nd amendment of the Constitution is considered as an amendment which done a change in the large part of the Constitution. This one is also known as mini Constitution or Constitution of Indira. Indira means regarding Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi was in the power at that time, and this amendment was done during that time. And this 42nd amendment was also taken as an attempt to override the ruling of the Supreme Court in the Keshwanand case. Override means use of one's authority to cancel or reject a decision. पार्लियामेंट ने अपनी पावर का इस्तेमाल किया था कोर्ट के डिसीजंस को कैंसिल करने के लिए. Through this amendment in India, duration of the Lok Sabha was also extended from 5 to 6 years. Then through this amendment in India, fundamental duties were also included into the Constitution. Plus 42nd Amendment also done the restrictions on the review part of the judiciary, and it is said, ऐसा कहा जाता है that this amendment was a rewriting of the many parts of the original constitution of the constitution. Like that, in this amendment, 7th schedule of the constitution, that was also changed, and in the amendment of in the preamble of the Constitution of India, changes were done. Then in 53rd article of the Constitution, also changes were done in the Constitution of India by this 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment was done in 1976. In the preamble, in the original preamble, we were having only sovereign, democratic and republic written over there. But by this 42nd Amendment, now after sovereign, socialist and democratic and republic, तो लिखा हुआ था social and democratic words were added over there. Then one more changes were done in the preamble of the Constitution. Earlier it was written unity of the nation, but later on integrity was added. It is like that, unity and integrity of the nation. Then this art which I have told you right now, 7th schedule, that deals with the central government, state government, and concurrent list of the responsibilities. Then 53rd article, that was also done a change by the 42nd Amendment, that deals with the executive power of the union. Like that, you know that when the original constitution was made, that time we were having 395 articles in 22 parts and 8 schedules, and later at present we have got 470 articles in 25 parts and 12 schedules. In India, till now 104 amendments are done. When this 42nd amendment was passed, as at that time many members of parliament of opposition parties were in jail. In this situation in India in 1977, general elections took place. People defeated the Congress. Janata Party won the election. Their leader Morarji Desai became the first non-Congress Prime Minister of the India. This new government thought that there is a need to reconsider the changes which were done through these controversial amendments, and through 43 and 44th amendment, this new government of Janata Dal Party cancelled all those changes which were done by this controversial 42nd amendment. Like that, through these amendments, they brought the constitutional balance in our now basic structure and evolution of the constitution. संविधान की मूल संरचना और हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का विकास. One thing which played a very important role in the evolution of the Constitution of India, that is the theory of the basic structure of the Constitution. Judiciary also played an important role in that one. They through their judgment ruling in the famous case of Keshwanand Bharti case, made a lot of contribution in the evolution of the Constitution of India. Whatever description I am telling under this topic, everything will be covered over there, but in between some short questions might also come, like that how the Keshwanand case, famous case of the Keshwanand case, did a lot of contribution in the evolution of the Constitution of India. Then you have to write this answer, which I will tell you right now. Through this ruling, a limit was put up on the Parliament's power to amend the Constitution of India, and it was told that no amendment can be done in such a manner which will do the violation of the basic structure of the Constitution. That is number one way, contribution of the Keshwanand Bharti case in the evolution of the Constitution. Number two, this ruling allows the Parliament to do the amendment in any part of the Constitution and in all the parts of the Constitution, but within the limitation. Number three, judiciary was made the final authority to decide whether particular amendment is doing the violation of the basic structure or not, and judiciary will tell what constitutes the basic structure of the Constitution. This Keshwanand ruling by the Supreme Court was done in 1973. In last 40 to 50 years, institutions in the country have accepted this theory of basic structure of the Constitution. Our Constitution is a living Constitution, and theory of basic structure of the Constitution is an example of it. This thing is not mentioned in our constitution, but this thing have came about from the judicial interpretations. मतलब interpretation मतलब to explain the meaning of something. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने संविधान की समय समय पर व्याख्या की है, तब जाकर ये सब चीज़ें क्लियर हुई हैं. लाइक दैट जुडिशरी and interpretation of the judiciary practically done a amendment in the Constitution of India without the formal process of amendment. In the world, all the living constitutions have evolved in this manner only, by discussion, arguing, competition and practical way of politics. In India from 1973, in many cases, court have elaborated the meaning or has told about the basic structure of the constitution, or they have elaborated the basic structure of the constitution and told what does constitute the basic structure of the constitution. And like that, in this way, constitution judiciary has strengthened the balance between the rigidity and flexibility of the constitution. When we say that some parts of the constitution cannot be amended, that shows the rigid nature of the constitution, and at the same time we allow the changes in other parts of the constitution. Amendments we allow in other parts of the constitution. That shows the flexible nature of our constitution. Like that, there are many examples to tell that interpretations given by the judiciary has made us to understand the constitution in a more better manner. For example, in the case of the reservation in the educational institution and the jobs, government jobs, Supreme Court has told many times that reservation should not exceed 50%. And now this thing is accepted as a principle. इसको एक सिद्धांत मान लिया गया कि इसको ऐसे ही फॉलो करना है. And when the OBC reservation case came to India, at that time also judiciary of India gave the idea of creamy layer and told that people, those who belong to creamy layer, will not get the benefit of the reservation. Like that, judiciary has done the interpretation of various provisions of the right to education, right to life and property, right to form and manage educational institutions by minority communities, and in this manner they have done informal amendment in the Constitution of India. These are all examples are telling that how ruling of the judiciary of the court have done a contribution in the evolution of the constitution. In late 90s in India, it was decided to review the Constitution of India, and for that purpose a commission was made in the 2000 by the government of India, and the chairman of that commission was retired Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Venkat Challaiah. Opposition parties and the other organizations were not in the favor of this one. They opposed it, they boycotted this one. One thing to be noted, that this commission remained stuck to the basic structure of the constitution and did not suggest any such measures which will put the constitution into the danger, and that shows how important is the base theory of basic structure of the constitution. Name of the chapter is Constitution, a living document. So now we will try to understand why our constitution is known as a living document. Almost like living thing, this document, our constitution, also respond to the situations and circumstances arising from time to time. Till now, so many changes have been done in the society of India, but then also our constitution is working successfully. That is because of the factor that our constitution is dynamic. ये गतिशील है, हमेशा आगे बढ़ता रहता है, and it is open to interpretations. व्याख्याएं समय समय पर होती रहती हैं लोगों के द्वारा, and its ability to respond to the changing situation. ये बदलती परिस्थितियों के अनुसार परिवर्तन होता रहता है. A constitution which protects democracy and also allows the evolution of new practices. That constitution not only क्या कहते हैं, that constitution not only become durable, उपयोगिता बढ़ जाती है उसकी, plus that constitution also gets the respect from the society, from the citizens of the country. One important question is there: has democracy been able to protect itself and protect democracy? If this question comes, then whatever explanation I will give you right now, that you have to write. But if they write you, what do you mean by constitution as a living document, then this explanation which I will give you and earlier part of this topic, both you have to write. In the last 60 to 70 years, some very critical situations have arisen in political development of the country and in constitutional development of country. In case of constitutional and legal issues in our country from 1950, one very serious question is coming up again and again about the supremacy of the parliament. In a parliament democracy, you know that parliament represents the people, and it is expected that parliament should have more value in comparison to executive and judiciary. But at the same time, other organs of the government are also given power by the Constitution of India. So it is expected that supremacy of the parliament should be exercised in such a manner that it should remain within the framework of the limitations. Otherwise, the power of the other parts of the government, other organs of the government will get affected. Democracy does not mean only about the representation of the people and vote. It also means, democracy also means rule of the law. Democracy is about developing institutions, विकासशील संस्थाएं जो देश को चला रही हैं, and through this democratic institution, developing institution in a country, democracy works, and it is the responsibility of the political institutions to be responsible to the people and maintain a balance with each other for the better working of the country which is having the democracy.